You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. And here's a helpful fact that you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average.
Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount.
Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, national average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
You know that feeling when too many things fall through the cracks? Monday.com was built for that gap. The AI work platform where people and agents work side by side to deliver more together. Create your first Monday agent today at Monday.com.
Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime. Today might be a deviation, or it might not. And unleash our worst Minnesotan accents. My name is Amanda.
And my name's Lucy.
And my God. Do we have a very special fan pick for you this week? I can't believe we've never done this.
I've been looking forward to this for months.
Generations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited about this one. I'm so excited about what both of us ended up doing for this one. And this comes from Anonymous, which is fitting because... Yes. The topic is Bigfoot Crimes.
Fucking Bigfoot.
Sasquatch. And I have a theory that Bigfoot herself has fan-picked this, and that's why they want to stay anonymous.
She's emerged from the forest. She found herself some Wi-Fi.
Yup.
She made a donation.
And the first thing she did
sent
was
us
sit
an
there
email.
for 3 months. God bless.
Thank you for being an Uncorked member, Bigfoot. It means a lot to us.
It really does. It's really amazing. And the anonymous fan picker, who we're just going to be calling Bigfoot wanted me to pair a wine from the Pacific Northwest. Didn't have any other specification, just put, quote, just pick something from the PNW. And as it turns out, the PNW is a hotbed of Bigfoot lore. And so, of course, there's Bigfoot wine.
Of course.
Come on now. So there is an amazing wine called the Portlandia 2020 Big Believer Cabernet Sauvignon, whose label is a simple black drawing, shadow of Bigfoot herself in her iconic walk on the label.
We'll talk about the walk.
Oh, yeah. So the region,
she's beautiful.
The region that is the focus of my case today is where that original, iconic footage, quote unquote, of Bigfoot, the hoax footage, it was shot.
Amazing.
So we're going to be deep in Bigfoot country, specific Bigfoot country. It's cuckoo bananas. But yeah, this is a Columbia Valley Cabernet. It is a beautiful kind of medium-bodied, not too robust, very food-friendly wine. It is 14% ABV. She is a popper, so you are going to want a wine key, which you could procure if you don't have one at wineandcrimepodcast.bigcartel.com. And tastings.com describes her as, quote, dusty garnet color, aromas and flavors of mocha, red and black brambleberries, black plum, and herbs and black pepper with a medium to full body and medium to long finish that shows overtones of boysenberry, brambleberry, violet and rose, and blackberry compote with grilled sage.
sounds like Bigfoot's diet, honestly.
Yeah, it really does. A solid all around and do a little of everything Cabernet. So this is a very versatile, yummy, middle of the road, just easy cab. She retails for like $17. She's a silver medal winner, 88 points on whatever, Wine Spectator or whatever it is. It's a highly recommended wine. It's really fun. The label is so cute. And it's literally a Bigfoot wine, big believer. So I had to pair it. It met all of the requirements.
Well, I'm so glad that we found such a good match for this episode.
We sure did. But I didn't want to spend extra time on the wine pairing because we have so much to get to. So we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to dive in on the Bigfoot.
I can't wait.
We are on the road right now, and when we're on the road, I'm wearing a lot more makeup than I usually wear. Like, I'm not a makeup everyday person in my regular day-to-day life, but when we're out doing shows and we're doing meet and greets, I'm putting makeup on each day. And I want to be putting things on my face that are going to make me feel good, not just like for my skin, because my skin is very sensitive, but also like products that make me feel good about buying them. And that is why I love Thrive Cosmetics. Every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin, not against it.
Yeah, not only is their liquid lash extensions mascara, honestly, it looks like falsies in a tube. They're so good. This is a vegan tubing mascara with over 40,000 5-star reviews. It comes in 6 shades that lasts all day without clumping, smudging, flaking. I wore mine to our beach and e-scooter around town day yesterday. I was sweating and wet all day, and it just stayed on and looked amazing. I loved it. So not only do they have fantastic products, but every time you use your favorite Thrive Cosmetic product, you're doing more than enhancing your glow. You're helping others shine too. With over $150 million in product and cash donations to over 600 giving partners, your purchase directly fuels real impact, and that is beauty with purpose. Plus, their Everyday Eye Brilliant Eye Brightener.
I do love this product.
It's so good. It makes me look so awake, and it looks very good on stage, just saying.
So amplify your spring look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/gals for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/gals.
With everything coming out of my bank account like on a daily basis, it can be really hard to stay focused on where that money is actually going and how much of it I'm actually saving. And Acorns is the financial wellness app that really cares about where your money is going tomorrow, and someone needs to be able to keep track of that. So Acorns is the adult in your pocket that helps you save money.
I love Acorns. I've been using it for years because I used to work in jobs that didn't allow me to really have like a long-term savings plan. Like I worked in restaurants for most of my life, and I wanted to make sure that I could put away for my future, and I wasn't sure how to do it. So I started using Acorns, and I've been using it ever since. Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow, and it's super easy. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing your spare money, even if all you've got is spare change. Like, you can round up to invest. It's amazing. Acorns grows with you, whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down. Acorns supports your big and small goals across every life stage. The Acorns potential screen, I love this screen. Like, you might not have very much in that account right now, but you can see its potential to grow over time. It shows you the power of compounding, which are like words I didn't even know before, and how your money could grow over time. Plus, you can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, every week, or every month to make sure that you're building towards your goals. Now that I have a little bit more financial stability, I just have a set amount that I put in there every month, but I used to just literally invest my change. Acorns is all in one. No more finance apps cluttering up your phone. With Acorns, you can invest, save, and give your money a chance to grow in one trusted place.
Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/gals or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/gals.
The rent's too high. We've been saying it for years, and it is more true today than ever. And here's a question for you. Are you getting rewarded for paying your rent or mortgage right now? If the answer is no, you've got to check out Built. Becoming a Built member means earning points on every housing payment, no matter where you live. Built points can be redeemed for flights, hotels, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, future housing payments, and more. Personally, I would use them for eating at local restaurants in my neighborhood because there are so many that I just don't normally have, like, I guess a reason to go eat there. But if I have Built points to redeem towards them, you better believe I'm hitting those spots up.
For real. And an unexpected benefit Built gives every member access to is its agentic neighborhood concierge in the Built app. It doesn't just give you information about your home and your neighborhood, it executes, baby. It's connected to your home and over 50,000 merchant partners, so you can ask it to pay your rent, make a dinner reservation, book a fitness class, schedule a lift, and more. It makes things happen while automatically applying your member benefits along the way. First, you want to download the Built app. Second, link any credit or debit card to the app so purchases at your local spots become even more rewarding. And third, ask the neighborhood concierge in the app pretty much anything. It'll tell you about exclusive member benefits at restaurants, fitness studios, on your Lyft rides, and more around your home. And for the homeowners out there, hello, Built works for mortgages too. Your housing payment is one of your biggest monthly expenses, so why wouldn't you want to earn points on it?
Download the Built app and join the membership for where you live at joinbuilt.com/gals. That's JOINBILT.com/gals. Use our link so they know we sent ya.
Aura Frames makes it easy for kids to see themselves growing from their back to school photo to graduation and every milestone in between.
I feel ill just thinking about it, but I'm so...
They grow so fast.
They grow so fast, but that's why the primary reason I love my Aura frame is because I can see photos of June from, yesterday when she was an infant.
To today when she looks like she's ready to drive a car.
Oh my gosh, it is just...
She's only 2, but...
it is a very wild exercise in parenthood and like the passage of time. But truly, my Aura frame, I love it because it does capture so many memories that would just not be looked at very often if they were in like a book somewhere. This is in a digital frame that just sits on my bookshelf and it rotates through pictures every, couple of seconds, and it's just so nice. It's mesmerizing. It's hypnotizing. Aura frames have free unlimited storage, so you can add as many photos and videos as you want from wherever. I send photos from my phone to my mom's Aura frame in Minnesota all the time. You can share videos as well, so all you need to do is download the free Aura app or text photos straight to your frame.
Named number 1 by Wirecutter, you can save now by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $35 off select frames plus free shipping with code GALS. That's AURA frames.com, promo code GALS. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, Lucy, what do you have for us for Bigfoot Crimes?
Oh my God. See, I really could have continued this research for the rest of the day. It was so fun.
Can I read our text exchange?
Yes.
Okay. So, I said we were going to record at 2, and I said at 12:46, so well before 2, that I would not be ready. I said, I'm sorry, I will need more time, LOL. Most of my case is part of a docuseries, and I'm trying to watch parts of it to get more information. And Lucy writes back in all caps, is it Bigfoot took her? And I said, no, it's called Sasquatch on Hulu. Don't worry, I'm going to break down the whole doc. And she said, did it happen in 1987?
I wanted to make sure it was not the same thing that I was watching.
And I said 93. And she said, why are we almost the same person? I am doing the same thing with another docuseries. It was just about to text you if we could start at 3. So that's why we're starting late today, because we both had to finish our digital research.
That and I threw up a little bit.
That you threw up carrots. Yeah.
It was straight carrot.
Oh. Okay.
It was beautiful vomit, but
all right.
Anyway. No more carrots for loose.
Loosey goosey. Can't keep a carrot down, Fitzgerald.
That's what they call me. Okay.
Right. Let's let Bigfoot heal you.
This research was, as I said, delightful. Wikipedia was just delivering.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm kind of going to jump around because there's endless things to talk about. But I did want to start with clarifying Bigfoot versus Sasquatch versus Yeti. So they're all big ape-like humanoid creatures, and legends of these things have persisted throughout human history. The term Sasquatch comes from the Halkomelem dialectic word for wild man.
Okay.
So the Halkomelem are First Nations indigenous people in like the Pacific Northwest, like Vancouver, Western Canada, that area, where there are an awful lot of Bigfoot sightings.
I have to ask, are you a believer? Are you a squatcher?
Yeah, why not? I don't think that we should be so arrogant to think that we know everything about what exists on our planet.
Literally, girl, you're inside of my fucking brain because
I know
earlier
the
today, I was thinking to myself, I have to ask Lucy on the episode today if she's a believer. And I was like, if I ask her that, she'll probably ask me back. And I wonder what I would say, because at first I want to say no. But then I'm like, what hubris of me to think that I am aware, or even that human beings are aware of every species.
Yeah.
We haven't even discovered what, like 10% of the ocean?
Some crazy shit like that. And
There's plenty of shit we don't know.
I follow some like marine biologists on Instagram. They're always posting, this is so exciting. We found a new species.
Yeah.
And it's like the craziest shit I've ever seen.
So why not?
Why not?
Why not? I'm not saying I'm a believer. I'm saying that I'm a why notter. Like, it could absolutely be real.
And you know what?
If not currently right now, because we've like destroyed every possible fucking ecosystem on the planet. But that doesn't mean that there never was or were creatures like this that were elusive and then seen in the wild and handed down through generations of like verbal, storytelling and verbal histories. Why not? Why not? Going back to the anthropological museum and seeing how creepy, tiny, hairy early humans were.
Oh my God, the early human. They weren't humans, but they were hominid creatures.
Yeah.
And they were tiny. That was so wild.
So weird. And so it's like, of course, say these are oral histories from even like genetic memory of that era where of course they saw the evolution of creatures much larger than them that could have been humanoid or walking on two legs. Like evolution was happening. It still is.
Yes.
Yo.
You are going to really dig my segment today.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get into all of this. We're going to get deep into all of this. Also, not to mention, it's just more fun to believe that Bigfoot is out there. It's fun to go hunt for Bigfoot. It's a shame we don't have really hardly any evidence that they're there, but heck, let's go try.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Go outside, touch grass, hunt Bigfoot.
Yeah, why not?
Look for her.
This is from Newsweek. Perhaps the most common shorthand for Sasquatch. The term Bigfoot first came about in 1958. We have an exact day.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
A day that will live in infamy.
And I have a feeling that this particular region that I'm going to say is going to be a recurring theme of our episode. So a guy named Gerald Crew, a Bluff Creek local in Del Norte County, California, was featured in the Humboldt Times for a cast he made of large footprints found near his bulldozer. Fellow Bluff Creek locals began referring to this mysterious maker of the tracks as Bigfoot, 2 words, which Humboldt Times editor Andrew Genzoli decided to stylize as Bigfoot, 1 word.
Cool. Great use of like editorial free will.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart. We love a quippy name in the press.
We do. The term has earned considerable recognition since then, particularly in its use by the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, one of the most widely respected groups of Bigfooters. We're going to get to the BFRO.
Okay.
Now, a Yeti is a completely different animal. Yeti can be traced back to pre-Buddhist Eastern civilizations, particularly in the Himalayan mountain region.
Yeah, I think of Sasquatch and Bigfoot as more interchangeable in terms of this like Pacific Northwest regional cryptid, but a Yeti as more of a very cold climate, like mountain snow. Yetis are snow creatures. Snow cryptids.
They sure are.
Okay.
So unlike the Sasquatch, who lives in warm or mild climates, the Yeti is believed to be an Arctic creature that is usually described as resembling more of a bear than an ape.
Okay, I like this.
Some early indigenous people of the Himalayas would worship what became known as the Yeti, calling it the glacier being.
Ooh, that's gorgeous and so creepy. I love a like creepy vibe in a desolate Arctic, like icy white and blue landscape. Like that's why I loved that season of True Detective so much.
Oh, yes. And that Netflix show about the ship, the Terror.
Yes.
And the Erebus.
I'm fascinated by just the pure desolation of that climate. Maybe that's why I love living in Minnesota. I get a little taste of it, just enough to keep me from going completely nuts, but to dip my toes.
It's kind of like a kink. It's kind of like you know, it's punishing.
Yeah. My seasonal affective disorder is just a frigid winter haunting of creatures that come from the endless dark and feed off of my serotonin and my sense of hope and joy.
White Walkers, if you will.
Yes, until I become a husk. And then the sun returns and beats
Just
the
in
demons
time.
away. Right when I'm on the brink.
Just on the edge. I think we're going to get rid of daylight saving time.
I feel like we've been talking about this for years and it hasn't happened. This is becoming the new, there'll be a cure for diabetes in 5 years.
Just get rid of it.
Just get fucking rid of it.
I don't give a shit if it's darker in the mornings, if
Don't
it doesn't
care.
get dark at 4 p.m.
Babe.
Please.
Can't do it.
No. Okay, so just to add, I don't really think of, I can never say this word, abominable snowman in the same category as like Yetis. I hadn't before because
I think I always did. I think I always had them as being interchangeable, mostly because the abominable snowman, the Bumble from the old like Rudolph movies,
the
always kind of
claymation
looks
one.
kind of looked like a Yeti to me.
Well, I have a confession. I thought that character, whose name, by the way, I Googled it. I thought that he was the only abominable snowman. Like,
oh, really?
Capital A, capital S.
Oh, wow.
And then I Googled it. That's not even his name. His name is Abominable Snow Monster. So stupid. Whatever. Anyway, this Newsweek
Fuck
article
that shit.
paired it, and there's actually some interesting information. So I'm going to share with you that the term abominable snowman was first coined in 1921 by Harry Newman, who was a contributor to the Indian English language newspaper The Statesman.
Okay.
So, India.
Oh, okay.
So, Newman interviewed participants in the British Mount Everest reconnaissance expedition. I have a photo of it.
Okay.
So, if you want to go to the drive,
I do.
there's also a picture of the abominable snow monster.
The Bumble. Oh, I love him.
So, there's a black and white photo of a group of guys. This
Yep.
is the 1951 Everest recon team.
The one that's labeled Mountaineers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The guy on the far left, his name is Eric Shipton.
Okay.
These guys went up the Mount Everest. They were doing a recon mission, as their name would suggest. And they encountered these really large footprints, these huge footprints. And there are photos on the drive because Eric Shipton whipped out his camera and took a bunch of pictures of them.
Oh.
So you see the one next to the pickaxe?
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Ew.
That big
I
ass
don't
toe.
like that. That toe is nasty.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another one that's labeled Yeti tracks.
They
you
go
can kind
on.
of see how big. Yeah, that's.
They're like hooves.
Oh, it's
Giant
it's not,
hooves.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's those or if it's that big dark spot because that looks like a big footprint.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but the other one is clearer, and you can see that big toe. It's just like,
Ugh.
and the whole foot is really rounded.
I don't like it. It's really gross.
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
Okay, so he interviewed these guys, and their guides had declared that they were left by what they called metogangmi.
Okay.
So the word gangmi does translate to snowman, but the word meto actually translates to man bear. But when he was writing up his newspaper article, he mistakenly mistranslated the term from man bear to filthy, which he then switched out for abominable, just as another word for it.
Editorial choice.
Yeah, it's a synonym,
Yeah.
I guess, in whatever word he was going for. So yeah, it was a mistranslation.
So the filthy snowman.
Yeah, the gross snowman.
Ugh.
Yeah. So is the
guy.
Yeti just
Trying to
Sherpa
live.
folklore?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But those footprints are pretty fucking creepy.
I know. And they were there, that was in 1951, because sightings from Westerners really spiked in the 1950s when exploring Mount Everest was like the fashionable
the
thing to
fad.
do.
It's, ugh, God.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be said there about the Yeti, but again,
Yet another reason is if we didn't need more to leave Everest the fuck alone.
I know.
We gotta stop going up there. It went too far decades ago.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah. Just let it be. Let it be.
Fucking
It's
A.
beautiful, barren, Bigfoot laden.
Yes,
beautiful
let us
self.
behold it from her holy feet, not atop her back,
Stop conquering things.
ne'er atop her back.
With her back.
Ugh, leave that bitch alone.
Okay, so back to Bigfoot.
Oh, right.
Reports of Bigfoot sightings in the United States kind of popped off in the 20th century after what's become known as the Ape Canyon incident.
Oh, okay.
So this is from My Lover. The Sasquatch legend grew in 1924 after 5 gold prospectors claimed to have had a violent encounter with gorilla men
Oh.
in a gorge, which is now called Ape Canyon, on Mount St. Helens in Washington, where we're going to be next week.
Oh, God.
After the prospectors wounded one of the creatures during the day, the so-called mountain devils returned that night, pelting the prospector's cabin with boulders and repeatedly ramming the structure. When the attack ended at daylight, the prospectors fled. Although their account was later discredited by U.S. forest rangers who notably proved that the footprints were fake. Like, okay.
Like,
the
we can
news-
see the rubber ring around where you used a stamp.
Exactly.
It's right there.
Right. But news articles had already been written up, so the story just spread. Subsequent sightings and even alleged photographs and filmings, notably by Roger Patterson at Bluff Creek, California in 1967. We have Bluff Creek again. Have also contributed to the legend, though none of the purported evidence has been verified, which is disappointing to me.
Yeah, it is disappointing. I want her to be real.
Who is Roger Patterson, you ask? You asked.
Who is Roger Patterson?
You've seen his work in that infamous Bigfoot video of the
We
one.
have the same picture on the drive, you and me.
course
Mine's
we
just
do.
zoomed in.
Of course we do.
It's iconic. It's one of my favorite stills of all time. Her little arms
Remember-
swaying.
Remember when my parents recreated that and then we recreated
And then we did it in Ireland. Irish Big Feet. God.
Oh my lord, that was
I
fun.
love how she's swinging her arms, like in tandem with her step. It's so chic,
Yeah.
as Dorit would say.
It is very chic.
So chic.
Oh my God. That wind
Like this
chime
bitch
is so
can
chic.
walk.
Yeah.
Boots. Slay the boots house down, as the cool people say.
Yeah. Do it. Lope off into those woods.
Low, punny.
Lope, honey, lope. The footage was filmed alongside a tributary of the Klamath River in that very far northwest corner of California, so like almost Oregon. Roger was a really big Bigfoot guy. He was very intense about finding Bigfoot, proving that she existed. He was convinced that they were out there. He knew that there were a lot of reports in the Bluff Creek area, so he convinced his friend Robert Gimlin to go on a little camping adventure, a little cowboy camping boys weekend.
Yep, a little Brokeback Mountain, if you will.
Yeah, why not?
Just the boys. It's
Just
not
us.
gay because only the boys are going. Okay.
It's just a shower with men, a guy's
Yep.
afternoon in.
Just a guy's afternoon in. just an afternoon shower with guys.
Okay,
It's a gay. It's a guy's afternoon in.
so they take a few horses and some camping shit and some Bigfoot shit and a camera, a Kodachrome, and they go up to Northern California.
Yeah.
On the afternoon of Friday, October 20th, 1967, it was the 60s. They were riding their horses up along a river when they passed this big uprooted tree because that river had flooded a few years before. So, like, there was still kind of damage on the riverbank.
Residual flotsam and jetsam, if you will.
So they're on their horses and they pass by this tree and suddenly they can see her standing at the bank on the other side of the river.
Standing, stunning, slaying. It was her.
It was her.
She
Bigfoot.
was the moment.
She had a huge rack.
Icon.
She does. It's set in her description. It talks about her prominent breasts.
Wow.
I can't really tell from the video.
Yeah.
I don't have
she
a
doesn't
very-
look tittied out, but
I don't have a very good analytical eyes. I can't see things.
I don't see the tits.
Okay. Well, in her Wikipedia page,
And I'm zooming.
I bet you are.
I mean, it looks like a broad and muscular chest, like a barrel chest, but I wouldn't say they're like huge knockers.
well,
Unless the knockers
They-
are blending in
they-
with the back arm, maybe. And so
they
I'm
have
not
described
seeing them.
her because he got as close as like 60 feet away from her.
Okay.
So he could see her. But anyway, they see her on the opposite bank. Roger's horse kind of freaked out for a second. And he estimated that it took about 20 seconds for him to calm the horse down, get off the saddle, run to the other side of the horse, get his camera out of the saddlebag, and start filming as he crossed the river and was trying to get closer to it. He was more or less chasing it, and that's why the footage is really shaky until he stabilizes it. So the film shows what Patterson and Gimlin claimed was a large, hairy, bipedal, ape-like figure with short, silvery brown or dark reddish brown or black hair covering most of its body, including its prominent breasts. They named her Patty.
Okay.
So that specific Bigfoot has been named by them as Patty.
Patty Boombalatti with the big titties. Big titty Patty.
Over the shoulder boulder
Poor
holder
Patty
Patty.
Pierce. Poor Patty Pierce. We're gonna, girl, you might be big titty Patty now.
Better than Big Dick Amy. We could bring back Big Dick Amy.
I love the story of Big Dick Amy. It's one of my favorite stories.
Oh my God. Can
love
you imagine if I
her.
did that to our Latin friend Ben?
Big Dick Ben? Oh, you
We
mean
called
Big
him
Dick Ben?
No, Big Dick Amy. That's the part of the story.
Yeah, true.
Okay, all right. In the film, Patty looks back over her shoulder before disappearing into the forest. That's
That
her
iconic look back.
Ooh,
Her
she
runway
is-
look back. It's her signature look back.
It's amazing. It's basically a twirl right before you get to the end of the catwalk.
Twirl on that. Gone with the Wind, fabulous. She spins into the forest.
She does.
Never to be seen again.
Whoosh.
Oh,
But not before she does a death drop.
a death. Patty!
They did not get that on film. The film ran out.
Oh, God,
What
Patty.
if that was part of their claim?
I would lose my shit. I want to see Sasquatch do a death drop, Patty do a death drop so bad. I need that drag set.
Oh my God, I love this.
Ballroom,
Okay.
drag. Oh, it's too good.
She's Patty Gonia.
She's Pat. Oh, Patty.
Okay, so they tracked her for a little ways, but they were freaked the fuck out. Like, they were like, we were kind of in shock because she was right fucking there. So they did have a rifle, by the way, but they had agreed that they wouldn't shoot anything if they saw it. They just had it for protection. So they went back to camp to gather their plaster, and then they go back to the site where they saw her, and they found the two best footprints, a left and a right, and they made a cast of each. So this film and the entire ordeal has been like analyzed and debated for so long.
I think it has largely been debunked as
I'm
a hoax.
keeping the dream alive.
But we love Patty. She's
love
an
Patty.
icon.
Yeah.
She's an icon. That cannot be debated.
That
like
is
every Sasquatch, Bigfoot like logo image, every single one that you see, the
That's
one
her.
you're picturing right now is from this iconic footage.
Yeah.
So
From
hoax
her
or
look
not,
back.
definitely a hoax. But it doesn't matter. It's too good. It's too good.
I'm choosing to believe because I don't give a shit
Hell yeah,
if
girl.
it's not true. You know?
I love this.
I have nothing to lose. So anyway, that's the little backstory of allegedly what took place with the Bigfoot
love.
Zapruder film.
I love.
Although there are indeed a lot of sightings in the Pacific Northwest, they do happen all over the place. So a guy named Joshua Stevens, he made a heat map of sightings from data that he pulled from the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, that BFRO. Which, according to the group's website, tries to document, quote, the presence of an animal, probably a primate, that exists today in very low population densities.
There's a decent amount of sightings in Minnesota. Obviously
Yeah.
not as intense as like Northern California up the PNW, but we've got a few here in
Yeah.
the Midwest.
Well, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to tell you how you can search your specific area for Bigfoot sightings.
Cool.
So the map, which uses reports from 1921 to 2012, shows there's like 3,300 different data points that he pulled to make this heat map of Bigfoot sightings.
I'm so curious why there are so many in Florida.
There are a lot in Florida.
Florida has a lot. Like Appalachia is also a hotbed, which I was expecting, but Florida,
It's the Ohio
Panhandle.
It's the Ohio River Valley specifically,
Okay.
and also the Sierra Nevadas
Yeah.
and the Mississippi River Valley. So fairly lush places. They're all kind of wet places.
yeah.
So his analysis also includes a chronological timeline showing a rise in reported sightings in the late 1970s, perhaps coinciding with the release of several B movies about the mythical creature.
Amazing.
So people just had Bigfoot on the brain.
Hell yeah.
And then
Patty was a sensation.
She was. Interestingly, another spike in reported Bigfoot sightings occurred between 2000 and 2009. So like the Bush years, like
We had to believe in
Iraq
something.
War. Yeah,
Why
maybe.
not let it be Bigfoot?
exactly. Now you're getting
I
my
get it.
drift.
I get it.
So coming back to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, its website is incredible.
Okay.
I took a screen grab of like the banner at the top of their homepage.
That's what this is?
that like fucking Punisher looking.
Like a Sasquatch.
The eyes.
Yeah.
It's like a
becoming-
Sasquatch mixed with the Punisher, or maybe
Yeah, but it looks
Captain
like-
Planet, kind of.
No, if you kind of like zoom yourself out, it almost looks like Pacific Northwest, like indigenous folk art. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
I hope so.
Because, okay, I'm going to give you an incredibly embarrassing confession. But I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and all over the hospital, they have in Grey's, like, indigenous folk art that is a specific style to that Pacific Northwest region.
Well,
and
that's
it
really
looks very
cool.
much like this. Like, you'll see, like, whales and, like, eagles and, like, all these beautiful animals and creatures that are indigenous to this region that are depicted in this way. So I think that's what this is supposed to be.
I hope so. The eye sockets really pushed it towards Punisher territory to me.
Yeah, because they're doing a blended overlay of like a realistic depiction of the eyes and brow and like surrounding fur on top of the nose of a Bigfoot. So it's a confusing, listen, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying I think that's what this is trying to be. And I would love some people to either validate or correct that thought.
I'm going to go with that again because I have no skin in that game. And I would like to think that it's not a Punisher adjacent anything. So that is sort of the vibe of their website.
I'm obsessed.
Okay. It was founded in 1995, the BFRO, and is, quote, the only scientific research organization exploring the Bigfoot slash Sasquatch mystery. So this website, I want to note, they do call them Bigfoots and not Big Feet.
Okay.
So we'll defer to the experts, Bigfoots.
Yep.
They have a whole page of tips for collecting evidence.
Okay.
Like how to mix up your plaster, how to take the best kind of photos to show, size and depth and things like that. And this is also where you can search your state and county to see how many Bigfoot reports they've gotten from there.
Hold on, doing it right now. What's it called?
Go to bfro.net.
There she is.
So you should be able to go click over to reports on the left and like search your state and county. Because I searched mine. My county has 3 Bigfoot sightings, the last one being in 2001.
Oh, wow. Well, Anoka County Beltrami County has 9 sightings.
Wow.
Seeing if there are any in Hennepin. None in Hennepin County, where I live. I'm checking Carver, though, Lucy, your former. Oh, none in Carver, even though
Weird.
Where your childhood home feels rife for Bigfoot activity.
Yeah, that's crazy that Des Moines Polk County has 3.
That's amazing. Itasca County, way up north, has 12. St. Louis County has 21. Do you know what county Baudette is in?
Lake of the Woods County.
Lake of the Woods County has 1 sighting.
What?
Yep.
You guys better get exploring in those woods.
The highest one with 21 is there's only 1 county in between Lake of the Woods and St. Louis County. So it's not that far. Like the next time we're up there, we could go Sasquatch hunting in St. Louis County. There's been 21 sightings there.
Wow.
Then we're getting close to like Boundary Waters territory. So that's probably why. Because if you look up, I'm looking at the county map. It's St. Louis County also includes the border of Canada, which is that very watery, literally the Boundary Waters border. That makes total sense to me. And then Lake of the Woods, like where the lake that your dad's cabin is on that big chain of lakes up there.
Okay. Oh, there's gotta be Bigfoot.
By a water source, a lot of heavily wooded. The Boundary Waters for sure is probably how we're getting all these Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Fuck yeah. Look at us investigating.
We're basically professionals now.
We're big investigating.
The BFRO also has merch. Unfortunately, their logo is lacking.
Oh, I thought you meant unfortunately they have merch.
Oh, well.
They also have merch, unfortunately.
Their logo's not great, so the merch isn't that great.
Oh.
You can also sign up for expeditions with other like-minded Bigfoot hunters. And Amanda, there is an expedition in Minnesota, September 24th through 27th. You could go for your birthday.
Should I cancel on Josh's event?
Oh, it is that weekend.
Because I'm sorry, I can no longer make it. I'm hunting for Bigfoot that weekend.
There's an expedition that
And
weekend.
I paid a lot of money for that expedition, so I cannot go. You know my financial situation's been rough, so this is a big deal that I'm going.
I can't get that down payment back. I'm
have
committed.
to go. I'm locked in. No, unfortunately, I will not be on that Bigfoot expedition. I will be in the Berkshires that weekend.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah. Your cousin had to get married again.
Again?
Well,
it's
I
her
feel like
first
it was a
wedding.
different cousin last time.
Bitch, do you know how many cousins I
Yes,
have?
and one of them's always getting fucking married
I
in
know,
September.
it's annoying.
We're over it. Cut it out.
They
We're too
are all
old for
getting
this.
married in September. Well, last fall I had 2 cousins,
Yep.
brothers, mind you,
Yep.
and my sister get married.
Yep.
Too much. Mm-hmm. Fucking chill, everyone. Okay. Cryptozoologists have argued that Bigfoot is a descendant of the once thought extinct Gigantopithecus.
Okay.
This was a big boy who lived in southern China a literal million years ago.
Cool.
So between like 2 million and 300,000 years ago ish. They don't know for sure. So he got his name from anthropologist Ralph von Koenigswald
Okay.
in 1935 after he purchased 2 enormous molars from a drugstore in Hong Kong that were being sold as dragon bones.
Interesting. Okay.
The molars were about like a full square inch.
Wow.
There's
Big.
there's a picture of a guy holding one of them. And then there's a picture of the close-up of the molar. It looks like just chewed up gum. I mean, it looks like a molar.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah, but look how fucking big that.
It's huge. Yeah. That's really
Ugh.
big.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So he had a background in like anthropology. He was like a science guy. And he was like, first of all, it's obviously not a dragon bone. But secondly, that looks like a human tooth. Like, what is this? Ralph has a very wild story. And I'm just going to read this from Wikipedia because it escalates quickly.
Okay.
By 1939, after purchasing more teeth, he determined that they had originated somewhere in Guangdong or Guangxi, areas of southern China. He could not formally describe the type of specimen until 1952 due to his internment by Japanese forces during World War II.
Oh, shit.
The teeth... The originally discovered teeth are currently a part of the collection at the University of Utrecht. I want to see those because...
Yeah, bucket list. Show me those molars.
Well,
We've
the molars,
read about you.
The molars have been through a lot because get a load of this. While on Java, the island of Java, with the onset of World War II, this guy, Ralph, put the Gigantopithecus teeth in a milk bottle and buried them in a friend's backyard before being interned by Japanese forces.
Oh, my God.
After the war, he recovered the fossils and moved to New York City and could not continue the research on the subject.
Oh, these teeth.
The teeth! So a Chinese team and teams picked up his research and have since then discovered remains at 16 different sites across China.
Oh, shit.
And I have to tell you the coolest fucking part about this.
Okay.
So he was finding these teeth, the dragon bones, at like multiple places.
Okay.
So it was like
They were like a local oddity, but they weren't just in this one drugstore.
correct.
Okay.
So, and since then, these archaeological teams are finding more teeth, but like there, a part of a mandible was found, but really no bones were found. Mm-hmm. And the ones that have porcupine bite marks on them.
What?
And the reason they don't find any bones from that long ago is because they have been eaten by porcupines. Porcupines eat bones to grow their quills.
What?
So something that old would have, the bones would have been, they'll drag bones, big bones down into their little holes to eat. But they don't eat the teeth because of the enamel. So the teeth are the only things that are left.
I cannot fucking handle this.
I know.
I cannot fucking handle that.
I have had I have goosebumps. I had so much fun researching for this fucking
That
episode.
shit is crazy.
I know.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Porcupines are fucking weird-ish. What the
I
fuck,
know.
you guys?
I don't know.
We need bones to grow our quills.
Ew.
Oh, you do? Then maybe don't have those. Fucking yuck.
Well, breast milk is made from the mother's bones too.
Ugh, I guess. I guess fucking dogs eat and chew up bones. It's just fucking weird.
I know. Bones are bizarre, but we'll actually get to more bones. We'll get to more bones. This is all over the place. One major pro Bigfoot's existence scientist was a guy named Grover Krantz.
Okay.
Excellent name.
Excellent.
So over his entire career, Grover wrote more than 60 academic articles and 10 books on human evolution, and he conducted field research in Europe, China, and Java, like the other guy. He was super duper smart. He had a crazy high IQ. He was in Mensa.
With Dave Ryan.
Along with Dave Ryan, alongside. And they might have met
His
at the
esteemed colleague, David Ryan.
They might have met at the U of M because he got his doctorate in anthropology from the University of Minnesota.
Let's fucking go.
Mm-hmm. Grover Krantz was the one who essentially anglicized and published the name Sasquatch. So he sort of lifted it from the language of the people who lived in that area and referred to it by that name. Obviously, it's not pronounced like Sasquatch.
Or spelled the same exact way. Yeah.
Right. But so he was taking it very seriously, and he tried to get the creature like confirmed as a real thing with like a Latin name and everything.
Okay.
Because he was a big believer in the Gigantopithecus theory, but like no other serious scientist took him seriously. And there's so much to say about this guy, but I need you to hear how the end of his Wikipedia article goes. It's insane. Like, as interesting as Bigfoot is as a topic, all of these little threads that I pulled just led to something so fucking outrageous.
Yeah, it's all just so odd.
It's all so odd.
It's
okay.
so weird, yeah.
So here's how his Wikipedia article ends. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2002, Krantz died in his Port Angeles, Washington home from pancreatic cancer after an 8-month battle with the disease.
Oh, sad.
At his request, no funeral was held. Instead, his body was shipped to the body farm at the University of Tennessee Anthropological Research Facility, where scientists study human decay rates to aid in forensic investigations.
This is what you want.
I know. Oh, wait, it gets better. In 2003, apparently when he was fully decomposed, his skeleton arrived at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History and was laid to rest in a green cabinet alongside the bones of his 4 favorite Irish wolfhounds, Clyde, Icky, Leica, and Yahoo, as was his last request. That's a hell of a request.
My God, Krantz.
It gets better. It gets better.
She is a diva.
Yeah. In 2009, Krantz's skeleton was painstakingly articulated, and along with the skeleton of one of his dogs, Clyde, included on display in the Smithsonian's exhibit called Written in Bone, Forensic Files of the 17th Century Chesapeake.
Oh my God.
So there's a photo on the drive
He
of
was, like,
his
on
skeleton
display.
with his dog. Look at the picture. You can't.
What? Ew, it's jumping up to kiss him.
That's an Irish wolfhound.
Oh.
That's him.
No.
That's him and Clyde.
That's crazy.
Isn't that
so few people know that those are the remains of a Bigfoot truther and his dog. People are just...
I mean, I think it's so fucking cool that he
blissfully
was
unaware.
so passionate about evolution and anthropology and just the human...
That now he gets to be immortalized in the Smithsonian. That's pretty amazing.
His bones have also been used to teach forensics and advanced osteology to George Washington University students.
Hell yeah. His contributions continue. That's all you ever really can dream of.
Isn't that so fun?
What a legacy. So
Yeah.
fucking cool.
So I do have a little bit of a case that I'm going to tell you about because that's the docuseries, the docuseries that I watched earlier. This is still unsolved. So it is important to know about what happened and how fucked up it is. Okay, so in 1987, there is a 16-year-old girl who lives in California. Her name is Teresa Beer. And she has a little bit of a rough home life. So she meets this guy who's like a local Bigfoot believer, self-proclaimed expert, because all Bigfoot experts must be somewhat self-proclaimed.
Right.
He's fucking 43 years old. His name is Russell Welch. People called him Skip. And he was allegedly a big meth user.
Okay.
So he's 43 years old. She's 16, and she's really into Bigfoot too. She thinks it's really cool, and somehow they meet, and he offers to take her up to that Bluff Canyon area that I have now mentioned like 6 times.
Yeah, it's a hotbed of Bigfoot activity.
It is, and it's quite far away from anything else.
It's
this
very
place
remote.
where she went. Yeah. So he's like, yes, little girl, I'll take you camping for multiple days and we'll go hunt Bigfoot. So that's what they did. And he came back a few days later without her. And he claimed that they did find Bigfoot. And Bigfoot took her.
Oh, the name of the documentary.
Bigfoot took her. So obviously that doesn't sound right at all. And there were other people involved who were young girls at the time, and there were multiple reports of him taking young girls up to that area, camping or looking for Bigfoot and like drugging them and abusing them. So the fact that he's coming home without her, and like I think his story changed or something, is very, very fishy. So he was charged with felony child stealing. And he pled not guilty. And then there was like, I don't know, the thing kind of went on. I think they tried to give him a plea deal for like a year if he pled guilty. But they were thinking that they were going to find a body by then, and they just never did. And they did not want to do that and risk a double jeopardy situation where he pleads guilty for her murder. He serves a year. He gets out. Then they find a body. They can't charge him again. So they didn't want to risk that. So they dropped the charges, and they never found her. So they never really were able to charge him with anything. But then other people have theories that like, well, if she did disappear and he really does think that Bigfoot is out there, maybe he genuinely is assuming that Bigfoot took her. If she just fell into a river or fell down off a cliff or something.
That is such a remote area. He is a creep. He takes girls out there to do God knows what, and he killed her. And it's just really hard to find remains in these regions because they, like you said, they are...
Well, with porcupines around, they're snatching bones.
Well, yeah, this is remote wilderness.
Yeah.
Like
I have
big
not,
deal camping.
I have not finished the docuseries. I've only watched like the first little bit of it, but that is the gist of the case.
Well, we'll all have to watch it.
Yeah. So he's blaming Bigfoot, and it's still unsolved. He's dead, so no one was ever brought to justice. And there's a lot of like missing pieces. But the fact that Bigfoot is involved,
well,
had to mention it.
That's not the only case where Bigfoot is involved, and we'll get to it.
Excellent.
All right, damn, well done. You gave us a really good foundation to move into my case. I think this is going to be a perfect pairing. So should we take a break to hear a word from our sponsors?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I cannot deal with an uncomfortable bra, and that goes double for an uncomfortable sports bra. Like if I'm already thinking excessively about the exertion that my body is doing, if I've got a bad bra on top of that, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm calling it quits. My day is over. And that is why Honeylove's sports bra has changed the game completely. My favorite part about this is that it hooks in the back. You don't have to pull a tight sports bra like up over your head and like get your lifting partner to help you with it. Awful. So Honey Love Sports Bra has changed the game for me. I wear it day in and day out, whether I'm in Pilates or not.
Yeah, they have a lot of amazing products, especially their bras. So I highly recommend Honey Love's crossover triple bra bundle. So if you want a full refresh on your top drawer, you can get huge savings by buying 3 at once. They are an independent female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them, including the founder, Betsy. So it's like people with boobs made these and people with boobs are wearing them. You can trust that they're going to take care of people with boobs. Honey Love doesn't just make bras and shapewear either. They built a full line of tanks, bodysuits, and underwear with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes. And they recently launched their new crossover contour bra. I do love this bra. This features their best-selling wireless crossover bra design, plus built-in molded light foam pads. So if you want a little extra support in just like that contoured shape, that's your girl.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/gals. That's honeylove.com/gals. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love.
You know I talk a lot about Blue Land. You know I talk a lot about Blue Land's laundry tablets, but let me tell you about Power Duo. This is Blue Land's newest laundry detergent tablet. This is designed to tackle tough stains and stubborn odors while remaining safe for sensitive skin. I have sensitive skin. I'm also a homeowner who loves to garden, and I am always doing like weird little home projects. My husband and I are rough on our clothes, and so we rely very heavily on these Blue Land laundry tablets, and I am so stoked about the Power Duo laundry. It gets some of the toughest stains that I have seen out of our clothes. It's genuinely amazing.
The thing that I love the most about Blue Land is that it truly cuts down on the plastic waste, the single-use plastic inside your home. Blue Land makes dish, laundry, and other household cleaning products designed to reduce that single-use plastic. There's no more like big, bulky plastic jugs you have to lug around. Their cleaning tablets are 100% plastic-free and microplastic-free. I think my favorite Blue Land product is the toilet cleaning tablets. Mm-hmm. You just pop it in your toilet and let it kind of simmer a little bit and then just give it a fresh wipe. It looks like you've done such a heavy lift, but it takes like minutes. It's so easy. And like Amanda said, their laundry tablets are so powerful. They're everyday laundry detergent tablets for everyday loads. Again, these are plastic-free, microplastic-free, and plant and mineral-based cleaning ingredients. And this Power Duo laundry tablet is just like the next level. It's hypoallergenic, safe for sensitive skin, pre-measured. They've thought through everything. Blue Land is just sort of the turn your worries off, trust the process. This is better for your home, better for your health, better for the environment, and very powerful cleaning supplies. Blue Land is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA Safe for Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate.
So if you're looking to make a small change in your routine, you can get 15% off your first order at blueland.com/gals. That's 15% off your first order at blueland.com/gals.
This episode of Wine and Crime is brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies.
Try it at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making millions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might just sell credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/hidden. Protect yourself now at aura.com/hidden.
All right, so yeah, let's just dive into my case. I'm just gonna go for it. Everything will come to light soon.
Okay.
So the Emerald Triangle is a tri-county region in like basically the northwesternmost corner of California.
Oh, the Weed Triangle.
The Weed Triangle, consisting of Humboldt, Mendocino, and Trinity counties. This is an area that is widely considered the unofficial capital of cannabis because it produces more cannabis crop than any other area in the United States. The emerald in its name refers to the green color of the plants, which thrive in the region's temperate, Mediterranean-like climate. Weed is really happy growing there. I have a couple like weed farm pictures on the drive that you can look at to see how gorgeous and happy those plants are. My God. What does this have to do with Bigfoot, you ask? We'll fucking get to it, okay? The region's history as a cannabis hub began in 1967 during the Summer of Love in San Francisco. It was the 60s in both of our cases here. This led to a countercultural back to the land movement, which is not the same as land back. This was very much more of like a white hippie movement.
Yeah, communes and gardens and shit.
Yep, where individuals sought refuge in the wilderness of Northern California to live off the land and grow cannabis. However, the culture shifted significantly in the 1980s due to the government's camp raids, and camp is an acronym. Camp doesn't mean they were raiding these like hippie camps where people were living. Camp stands for Campaign Against Marijuana Planting.
Oh, for God's sakes.
So it was just like chud cops, aggressive ass law enforcement that are landing big fucking helicopters in the middle of these people's land where they're living, and then like violently raiding the grounds and ripping up and destroying any cannabis that they find, and like kind of fucking up their living quarters and just being general assholes.
Get a fucking hobby.
These aggressive law enforcement actions drove some growers deeper into the mountains, like deeper into the wilderness, and fostered a culture of heavy paranoia and lawlessness that turned some peaceful farmers into the worst versions of themselves. So it was like this weird shift in this hippie movement where they had moved into the mountains to like grow their weed and live on their compounds and communes and do their own thing. But then like fascist governments come in, and the response, instead of holding on to that sort of like free love, whatever attitude, is to become these kind of like wild, overly aggressive recluses who would like put traps all over their land and like invest in heavy artillery to like protect their farms and stuff like that. So it just created this like really weird culture shift
I've seen a documentary about that.
Yeah.
Because, well, like the government coming in and being so fucking crazy about it forces them to get shady about things.
Yes.
You're not going to stop that.
No. So the government instigated violence, surprise, creates more violence. And all of this is just to kind of paint a picture of what the region is like, because it's like on the surface has this reputation of being this free love hippie encampment. Everybody's just growing their weed and like living off the land up there. But there's kind of this like dark, more violent underbelly of how things actually operate up there that we're going to kind of get into.
Like mafia stuff.
Yes. So while beautiful, the Emerald Triangle is known for being treacherous. It has historically high homicide rates, specifically in Humboldt County, and a high number of missing persons cases. There were a couple of reports that, at least at the time that this documentary that I'm going to talk about, which came out in 2021, this Emerald Triangle, these three counties had the highest rate of missing persons reports per capita of anywhere in the United States.
Oh, that's something else that they talk about, because that's where Teresa Beer
went missing. When this is like a remote area that is not highly populated, which is why that per capita thing really matters, but there's a lot of migrant workers that come through there. It's these like small insular communities, farming communities, a lot of cannabis farms, and that kind of post-camp aggression still lingers there, protection over the land and over the crop on the land. And there's still black market growing that's happening there. So there's even like some cartel activity. And it's like, it's kind of a nuts part of the country.
Still or?
Still.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, cool. And also like wild, damn.
Cool as in interesting.
Mm-hmm. So there are a couple of documentaries about this region. If you're interested in kind of that like true crimey aspect of things, you can check out this documentary on Netflix that I didn't watch, but was referenced in a bunch of the articles that I read. It's a Netflix docuseries called Murder Mountain, and it's about this region.
That's the one that I watched.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Really crazy.
Yeah. So that's more focused on like the true crime. This is the documentary that I watched is a different crime in that area, but I'm just going to dive in because it's weird, because it's like, we don't have stuff on record because the crime hasn't even been investigated by official channels.
Oh, okay.
So this is all based on an experience that an individual had in his 20s that he later investigated, because he's now an investigative journalist, in his like 50s, like almost 30 years after the fact, or his late 40s, whatever. So a 1993 triple homicide in the Emerald Triangle is a dark piece of local lore that inspired the 2021 Hulu docuseries Sasquatch. The series is presented by a man named David Holthouse. Now an investigative journalist, back in his 20s, in the early 90s, he worked on a cannabis farm in the Emerald Triangle. I think he was in Montesino or whatever county. He recounts being warned by other seasonal workers of a Sasquatch in the region that taunted remote cannabis farm workers. He recalls one dark, rainy night in 1993 when some workers came back from patrolling the farm in a like manic state, clearly panicked, and reported to the owner of the cannabis farm. They're all like hanging out in the cabin after a long day's work, right? And these like two guys come bursting in an absolute tizzy and tell the owner that they had found the remains of 3 people who had been torn to absolute shreds out in the woods, like torn limb from limb. They found like pieces of them.
That's really scary.
And this guy who's now an investigative journalist, David Holthouse, he had been working. He's like seasonally working on this farm, just like a white kid in his 20s working on a cannabis farm for the summer.
Yeah.
He and like another dude that is also working on the cannabis farm are in the cabin, like listening to all of this, like, this sounds fucking crazy. What is going on? Just kind of like quietly listening. So according to the story told to Holthouse, 3 cannabis farm workers were discovered at a nearby site having been, quote, torn limb from limb in what was described as a savage attack. A frightened witness who claimed to have found the remains insisted that the perpetrator was Bigfoot. The witness argued it could not have been a typical, quote unquote, ripoff, which these were common on farms in the area where people would just come steal crop. Because while the cannabis crops had been trampled over, like there was clearly signs of like a struggle, they were left there entirely intact. Nothing was stolen. He didn't hear anything else about this incident. He never saw the bodies himself, this guy, Holthouse. He had no idea if any of it was true. He remembers the farm owner after these, like, shooing these guys out of the cabin, basically. And after they left, being like, well, that was weird. And everyone kind of was, like, awkwardly laughing.
They didn't go investigate?
Nope. They casted it off as, like, these guys are on drugs. Like, they're meth users. Or they're, like, quote unquote, cracked out. Whatever. What the fuck? They're telling crazy stories, like, whatever.
No concern about who the bodies might be or anything like that.
Which is telling and creepy in and of itself.
Yeah.
But, you know, this guy Holthouse, he's in his 20s. It's like, okay. Yeah, I guess. Cast it off as a weird joke. Sticks to his job. His job ends. He's never back there again. It doesn't ever come up again. There's no missing persons report. No police ever come. Like, they just he kind of not forgets about it, but like it doesn't think more of it.
Yeah. Oh, weird.
So decades later, Holthouse returns to the region to investigate even like the veracity of this memory. And he had to infiltrate this highly closed world of these remaining kind of generational back to the land growers that are still there and like living in that region. and criminal organizations while he's looking for the truth of what happened that night. And that's what this docuseries is about. It's only 3 episodes. It's a 3-episode arc. You can definitely watch it in an afternoon, and it is fascinating. I absolutely loved it. So the rest of this is really just a spoiler. So do with that information what you will. Even if you listen to all of this, I still recommend watching it because it's much more detailed than I'm able to do, but it's good. So this guy, Holthouse, starts just calling farms in the area and asking if they'd ever heard a story about a Bigfoot killing 3 people on a pot farm in 1993. And
just
everyone...
curious.
And it's like there's footage of him on the phone with like farm after farm after farm of them just like laughing and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never heard of that. When that was not fruitful, he hired a private investigator to look into it. This is a quote from Vogue magazine. The first episode touches on the gonzo community of Bigfoot hunters up there, otherwise known as Sasquatchers, goofy burnouts, one of whom is proudly wearing his Bobo's Bigfoot Tours t-shirt. This is where the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, the gold standard of Bigfoot footage, we're told, of a stomping Bigfoot, Patty, was captured. So yeah, Bigfoot is a big deal up there. Basically, the 2 big industries are cannabis and Bigfoot in that region.
I'm into it. Let's go. I'm packing my bags.
Pack your bags. If you want to watch a retired cop literally sob his way through a retelling of his own encounter with Bigfoot, then watch this docuseries. And that moment is so cringe, but really worth it.
Oh my God.
So yeah, like I said, I'm about to spoil the rest of it. Definitely still watch it. It's quite good. So around the same time that Holthouse finally finds a cannabis farmer who had also heard that story of a Sasquatch killing 3 people, Holthouse gets a call from that private investigator that he had hired. And the investigator quits the job and is like, dude, you're getting into some serious, like, drug-related crime territory, and I advise you, like, not to do this.
Oh, my.
This is not a good idea. I'm not fucking with this. I'm out. Holthouse did not heed this advice and got more information from the one farmer that also had heard the story, a guy who goes by Razor.
I love that.
I know. Why not? Because why not go by Razor?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I've heard of that story. Yes, I'll talk to you on camera. He recalled the victims being Mexican men who were working seasonally on a farm in Mendocino off the winding and remote highway Spy Rock Road. And I do have a screenshot from a Google map of that road. It is really like twisty, jagged.
Oh, yeah. Look at those switchbacks.
Yeah, it's like one throughway through those mountains, and there's a fuck ton of cannabis farms up there.
Creepy.
This path through the mountains was notorious for its overprotectiveness, as it led to many remote pot farms that the owners had come to fiercely protect. This heightened security is a combination of like remaining sentiment from those camp raids during cannabis prohibition that spiked the price of cannabis and also created a need for a black market. And to this day, even with legalization, there's a large black market production percentage in this region of California, with cannabis even going to cartels for distribution outside of the regulated legal market. So there's actually a lot of California cannabis that even goes to like Mexico, where cannabis is completely illegal.
Yeah.
So folks are protective of their farms to the degree that they will booby trap their properties, have security armed with AR-15s, and even make deals for protection with the Hells Angels, who would patrol sections of the highway. And there are a lot of murders and shootings that are unsolved but reported along that road.
Ooh, that's so creepy.
Yes. Very creepy.
Not packing my bags for that road.
No. Holthouse interviews with the locals also revealed a deep history of racism between the white residents and the farm owners, and the Mexican residents and workers that goes back generations. He believed the victims were part of a mostly Mexican workforce that often faced, quote, ugly relationships and racism from white farm owners in the area. So some of that protection that we're talking about is not just from possible theft or like government overreach, quote unquote. There's a lot of like libertarian sentiment among these kind of hippies turned not quite MAGA Republican, but like not that far off. They would
Don't
call
tread
themselves,
on me.
Yeah, they would call themselves more libertarian, but it's really just like MAGA that prefers to live off the land. It's like kind of two heads of the same beast. But anyway.
Big 2A guys.
Yeah, big 2As. Big naturals. So some of that security, some of these white farm owners had some deeply xenophobic theories that these migrant workers, predominantly from Mexico, were not just coming to do seasonal work, but to infiltrate and either steal the ideas of or fully from the inside take over, steal the farms from the white farm owners.
Well, yes, of course. Of course they're insidious and plotting to take your shit.
Yep. Jeez. So Holthouse eventually gets together with a handful of retired growers from the area who were growing in the early 90s, like around 93 when he remembers this happening. And they refused to be on camera, but they did agree to talk to him about the murders that he was looking into. And he recounts that conversation. These growers even went as far as to give Holthouse the name of a man who had been overheard bragging about, quote, killing 3 Mexicans in the 90s.
Oh.
So Natch, Holthouse tried to seek this guy out. To mitigate risk, the name of this alleged killer is never released in the documentary. It's always bleeped out. They only ever talk to him over the phone.
Ooh, they talked to him?
They talk to him, and his voice has changed. All we know is he's an older white dude who is affiliated with the Hells Angels. Whether that means he is a Hells Angel or just has close connections to them is not made clear.
Has their merch.
Yeah. My favorite guy in the documentary, this old indigenous man named Ghost Dance with like super sweet hippie vibes who knows everyone and spills all the local tea and is loosely connected to everybody. He also wears an amazing hat. He is sitting down for an interview and he's like, oh, you want to talk to so-and-so? And the name is bleeped. He's like, I can definitely get that connection. He's like, I've got a backhanded way to get you connected with this guy. I'll get you on the phone with him. So he fucking does. He gets Holthouse on the phone with him. So in the third and final episode of the documentary, the alleged suspect gets on the phone with Holthouse as long as his voice and identity remain concealed. He admits to being in the on the Spy Rock Road or in the Spy Rock Road area since 1991 and says, quote, Spy Rock is not the kind of place where it's a good idea to go riding around asking questions. Holthouse then asks him directly about the Sasquatch murders, and the suspect claims not to know what he's talking about and then abruptly hangs up, and we don't hear from him again. Another interviewee claiming to have heard about the murders reported that the murders were ordered by a local farm owner because he believed the 3 men had gotten his daughter addicted to heroin. Another had heard the 3 men were taken out in a cartel hit. Despite the different stories he's hearing, a few details remain consistent, that the victims were 3 Mexican, quote, trimigrants, which is what they would refer to these seasonal workers that would come to work on the cannabis farms were often called trimigrants because you trim the cannabis.
Kind of creative.
I guess. That the Hells Angels kept being mentioned and connected to this area and to this murder, and that it happened in this area off Spy Rock Road. Thinking back on his memory of the night Holthouse heard the frantic report of the murders, he wonders if the guy who said it was Bigfoot had said a Bigfoot did it or Bigfoot did it, like a nickname. And he's like, well, shit, if this was a hit, like an ordered hit, was there a guy, like a farm owner working in the region who went by Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Did I misremember that? And turns out there literally was a legendary Bigfoot in the area, a grower who went by Bigfoot Gary.
Our girl was framed.
BG was a big-time grower in the region, and he had been raided by the police more than once. There was like an interview with a former cop who was talking about raiding his house, and like while he was speaking, they were showing images of the like police reports of things that they found on the property, and it was like a fuck ton of guns, like an arsenal, like guard dogs on all these properties. He had like a bunch of different farms in that area, and you know, he'd been in trouble with the law a couple of times and been raided a couple of times, but was like still a consistent grower and owner of land up there. And now this guy Holthouse is like, well, fuck, could Bigfoot Gary have hired this alleged suspect who I talked to on the phone, who hung up on me, to kill these 3 guys? Holthouse then had an anonymous interview with someone who used to work on one of Bigfoot Gary's farms. He said that he was not the kind of boss to cross Bigfoot Gary and that he had a big temper. While working there, he had heard a story that Bigfoot Gary's daughter had been sexually assaulted by 3 men, and Gary had hired someone to get revenge. So now he's like, shit, that's kind of close to that story, that other story where Bigfoot Gary's daughter got hooked on heroin by these 3 guys. And it's like, now are these stories overlapping? Are things just getting lost in this like game of telephone? Are these consistencies like meaningful, adding up in any way? We're trying to figure this out. In a phone call with Bigfoot Gary, they finally get him on the phone.
Oh my God.
First, his wife Carolyn answers. Oh my God, this scene is my favorite because they're just asking Carolyn questions about Bigfoot Gary. And then finally they're like, are you the proxy for Bigfoot Gary? Or like, is Bigfoot Gary home? Like, could we talk to Gary? And you just hear her go, they want to know if you're home. If I'm your proxy, they want to talk to you. Like Gary's been sitting there the entire time and she's just been speaking for him. Because turns out
you're
Gary's
actually on speaker.
Gary's hard of hearing. So he was having her take care of it. But he eventually gets on the phone. But I was like, this is so fucking ridiculous. So
What if his wife's name was Patty?
Oh my God, that'd be perfect. Big Tit Patty and Bigfoot Gary.
Big Tit Patty.
Big Tit Patty and Bigfoot Gary would be an iconic power couple. So first Carolyn, but then backed by BFG, vehemently denied that they were even in the area in 1993, that they didn't move there until 1997. That Carolyn was like, none of this is true. What the fuck? And Holthouse is like, okay, well, why would people say this stuff about him? And Carolyn's like, I don't know the nice way to put this, but Gary's kind of a dick and people just don't like him in town. And they're making up stories about him. And so he's like, okay, so do you have a daughter? And they're like, yes, we do have a daughter, but she wasn't born until 2000. So she wasn't even alive in 1993. She wasn't around yet. So how could she have been hooked on heroin by 3 Mexican guys or sexually assaulted by 3 Mexican guys if she literally didn't even exist?
Yeah.
When asked if Gary knew, quote, the like alleged killer Hells Angels guy that had been bleeped out that they talked to on the phone who hung up on them, he said that he did know him and that they had, quote, a couple of arrangements that were mutually beneficial during the big money days. So like the 90s were the big money days, but he's really vague about the exact timeline because this guy Holthouse keeps asking him, like, were you there in 1993? Because he knows that's the year that he was working on the cannabis farm that fall when he witnessed these guys come in and say that this had happened.
Line it up. Make it line up.
Yep. So basically, when asked if he like worked directly with that alleged killer, that Hells Angels guy in the fall of 1993, BG denied and kept it vague. But Holthouse still determines pretty firmly that Bigfoot didn't do it. That's like a quote that he says. He says Bigfoot didn't do it. Okay. Like he doesn't think it's, especially because of like the stuff about the daughter kind of all falling apart. It's like, I don't think that he murdered these people. In the final stages of his investigation, Holthouse finally has a conversation with the owner of the cannabis farm that he worked at in 93. They'd been trying to track him down.
Oh, damn. The guy who was like, oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. They'd been trying to track him down this entire time and could not get a hold of him. And they finally get through to him.
Okay. What does he have to say?
He refused to reveal his identity, but all but confessed to the murders.
What?
On the phone. Said he wanted the 2 witnesses to find the bodies because he knew that they were on meth and folks wouldn't really believe them anyway, and rumors of a Bigfoot would be dismissed and the crime would never be investigated. So then he would have time to like essentially get rid of all of the evidence. And like,
oh my God.
This rumors of a Bigfoot in the area that Holthouse had heard about, he kind of discovered over the course of this documentary that a lot of those Bigfoot rumors were made to target the Mexican migrant workers that came up because they...
To scare them?
Because they had this xenophobic idea that they were like stealing jobs or infiltrating their farming businesses.
Just a way to try to keep them in line.
Yeah, there was like this racist guy that was interviewed that are quoted to have said like, I wish we had something like chupacabras up here because that would scare them. And so it's like, well, we don't have chupacabras, but we have Bigfoot. They already had these legends.
Yeah.
So they hyped up these legends to be like, yeah, if you fuck around up here or you like wander off the farm too far or whatever, you can get like these, they'll come out and they'll fucking snatch you and attack you and rip you to shreds, basically.
So who were the 3 guys that were killed?
Okay. So we don't have their here's the thing, we don't have their identities. This is still just like all this is hearsay. This is just what this guy is anonymously saying.
He is anonymously saying that I killed these guys and I maimed their bodies so badly.
Well, he didn't go into detail, but basically basically all he said is that he believed many of the migrant workers were trouble, that they were scouting the farms to come in and take them over. They took our jobs. And said on the phone call, quote, those 3 Mexicans needed to be made an example of, end quote.
Oh,
he said that. It's on camera.
Yuck.
Yeah. So I think it's just some racist, lunatic farmer who thought these guys were stealing from him when they weren't, wanted to get rid of them, probably didn't want to pay them, knew that they were migrant workers that nobody would be looking for, and then made an elaborate, either paid someone to do this or himself. You know, they have farm equipment. They could have torn up the bodies that way.
Oh my God.
Blame it on a Sasquatch to these fucking methed out other locals that sometimes work on the farm, so that they spread a rumor
and
that a
scare everybody
Sasquatch
else.
tore up some migrant workers.
Yeah.
No one knows their names. No, there's no missing persons report.
Who comes up with this shit? That's wild.
That was the culture. Like, migrant workers went missing all the time up here.
I'm sure.
All the time.
Oh God, that's so creepy.
It honestly reminded me of like the Greek mythology of the Minotaur and the labyrinth that we learned about, where like these families there would send their young sons to go work at the palace, but they would never return. Like they'd send them to they were like
they were sacrificed to the Minotaur.
Sacrificed to the Minotaur in the labyrinth, but they were killed, but not that way.
Just slowly over time, because they were just slaves.
Exactly.
Wow.
When Holthouse asks him point blank, like, were you involved in the murders by either hiring someone or committing the murders yourself? He responds, no comment. And that's like the end of the conversation.
Jesus.
Despite the detailed local accounts, the triple homicide remains officially unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed that it even happened?
When Holthouse shared his findings with the authorities, he was met with crickets because there are no bodies, no missing persons reports, and no physical evidence to support a formal investigation. It's just stories that he's collected.
From 30 years ago.
From 30 years ago.
It was your memory from a lifetime ago.
Yep. One officer said on camera that an added issue is how hard migrant workers can be to identify even when they do have a body. He talked about crime scenes that he's seen on cannabis farms where the bodies of migrant workers have been found with no identification, no one will talk, and they are never identified. Wow. On top of that, the per capita rate of missing persons across these 3 Emerald Triangle counties is some of the highest in the country. Consequently, law enforcement considers the event of this specific situation anyway. They have written it off as nothing more than local folklore. They're like, that didn't happen. We don't have the resources to investigate things that didn't happen.
Damn.
I think it did
really
happen.
Wild.
Because
of course it happened.
If you watch the documentary, and I'm going to close out with like one other thing that is a through line in the documentary, but is not the main story of the documentary. There are lots of stories and lots of reports of migrant workers and other missing people. A lot of like young people of color that have gone to work in this region, get work on these farms that do not come back. And so they talk about another specific case, which I'll kind of go over right now. So in an interview with Esquire magazine, when asked about his hopes for the investigation after the popularity of the Sasquatch docuseries, Holthouse said, quote, "What I actually think the police may get some traction with is the investigation of the murder of Hugo Olie Lopez, who was killed on a weed farm out by Spy Rock Road. He's not one of the victims in the murders. That's the center of the story. But I think that there are people still up on Spy Rock that know exactly who killed that guy and why. And I think that this kind of publicity may jar loose some information, may shake some tips out of the tree for the cops that might enable them to finally make some progress on that particular homicide. That's my hope. We met some grieving family members of his and formed a real human connection with them. I would like to see justice done in that case, and I hope that this may enable some progress on that front.
Oh my gosh.
So while he was looking into this possible triple homicide, he learned about a lot of other murders in that area of seasonal workers that have all gone unsolved, and not just murders, but missing persons cases as well.
God, that's
so it's just one of
freaky.
those things where it's like, this will probably never be solved.
Yeah.
Because it can't
Probably
even be
not.
confirmed that it happened. Because, and one of the cops that they interviewed was even saying, like, even if we had DNA from these bodies, like, there's no way to cross DNA when there's nothing that can match. It's like having DNA doesn't, even if they had these bodies and they had some of the evidence from these bodies from 1993, it's like, all we would know then is that we have confirmation that a murder even occurred. That doesn't necessarily give us the smoking gun we need to solve it.
Well, that would be, I mean, that's the thing with like the genomic testing or whatever, like the ancestry stuff. Because if they did run it through some database like that, they could potentially get a hit. But if they don't even know where to start, or whether they
can't even confirm it happened.
Yeah. Wow.
But I do think it happened.
I do too.
And that phone call is chilling.
I bet.
That like final phone call. Yeah, you should go watch this for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and let it be done. But it's so interesting. And like, it's such like a quirky, funny, regional, like, oh, the Bigfoot. But it's also one of those, like, of course we can't have nice things, because even the Bigfoot was fucking used as like a xenophobic, racist scare tactic against a group of people, and then used as a cover-up in a potentially racially motivated triple homicide.
And then victimizing those two guys who stumbled upon it too.
I know.
Fuck.
I know. Those poor meth heads. We're also pawns.
Yeah. Hey, we both talked about meth heads. Meth heads and Bigfoot.
I think that there's a theme, there's a through line there that can be, there's a connection that can be drawn, let's just say. Anyway, that's my case. Definitely watch that. It's on Hulu. It's called Sasquatch. It's 3 episodes, very manageable. Check it out. It's produced by like the Duplass brothers, if you know who they are. I like a lot of their stuff. So yeah.
And the one I talked about is called Bigfoot Took Her.
Bigfoot Took Her. And then we've got, what was the other one?
Harry and the Hendersons.
Monster Man.
That other documentary.
Harry and the Hendersons. Murder Mountain.
Oh, Murder Mountain. Yeah.
Murder Mountain. Check that out too, about the region. There's probably some Bigfoot stuff in there too.
Probably. Wow. This was a really fun episode.
I loved this episode. So thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Bigfoot. Thank you, Big Tit Patty. I hope we did you proud.
We hope to
spot
believe you in the wild someday.
Indeed. I need a Bigfoot tattoo.
Shaky Kodachrome footage.
I need a big titted Bigfoot tattoo. I want a Bigfoot like pin up with huge tits.
We are going on tour next week to the Pacific Northwest. It sounds like a great time to get a big titty patty Bigfoot tattoo. A tattoo.
You're right. It does. I have to go do some research. Okay. We got to wrap up.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Danielle Sylvan. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Our production manager is Andrea Gardner. For photos, sources, and other resources, head to wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can follow us on all the socials at Wine and Crime Pod. If you'd like to show your support and get access to all sorts of wine-fueled bonus content, check out our premium channel at wineandcrimepodcast.com/uncorked. Cheers!
wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.